Hi guys, welcome back to this series where I take you along with me as I work on a picture book. So if you didn't know me, I'm a 16-year-old author and illustrator, and I love writing books about topics that I personally really care about. I'm sorry if this video seems a little rushed or if you hear stuff in the background as I'm talking, because I am really rushed right now. I'm gonna leave in 1 hour to catch a flight to China. So it's a very chaotic situation. I'm sorry about that. But I just wanted to post this week because YouTube is finally recommending my videos to people, it seems, which is a shocker since they ignored me for the past 4 years. But I just wanted to catch the momentum and keep it going. And thank you to everyone who watched my video last time. All of your guys' comments were so sweet. Okay, so getting started, over here I am tracing over my sketch that I did on paper of page 1 because I'm transferring it digitally. I decided to do this instead of working on the next page on paper because I want to start uploading it online a bit earlier. So if anyone knows any good sites where you can post webcomics or things like that, please tell me about it. I would love to know. And I feel like this line art process is a bit boring, so I'm just going to speed through it. Okay, it's time for the coloring. So I'm pulling up a picture of Alice that I did a while ago just to help me reference the colors and get them right. I know I could use a reference window, but I don't really like using reference windows. I don't know, it's just something about having the thing on my tiny phone screen that just kind of bothers me. So I'm pulling up another reference. This is actually a color palette that I made for this picture book. I'm just trying to keep the colors cohesive and hopefully make a visually pleasing page design. Although it was pretty hard to keep the colors cohesive in this page in particular because, as you can see, the one I'm working on right now is of a girl on a stage, and I feel like that has some very specific colors that I can't really play around with. But something that was fun about this page was that I got to design Alice's room, or I guess I already knew what it looked like before. If you remember from the last video, I had the floor plan, but I didn't really decide the colors, so I was doing that. And this is just a small section of the room, but it was still pretty fun to just see what it's gonna look like. And the posters on the wall, I messed around with pictures of my old drawings to I was gonna put it there to promote my other books because they're drawings of my other characters, but it was just looking really unnatural just hanging there. I might have to do something about that later, but for now I just got rid of it. You'll see that later in the footage, and I went over it with a solid color. And finally, I'm working on the text. This took forever. It took like half an hour just to write this one page of text because I was being so picky about how my handwriting looks. Maybe it wasn't a good idea to handwrite this whole thing, but I just really wanted to. I thought it might give it a more artsy vibe, I guess you could call it. I don't really know. Jumping into page 2, I actually really like how the sketch for this turned out, even though Alice's pose in the drawing doesn't really make sense. But I was taking inspiration from those, you know, like those anime idol pictures because I'm trying to capture the fact that she's, you know, living out her daydreams, so I thought that might be cute. I'm sorry for that random screen recording notification thing that just popped up on the screen. I should probably get rid of it, but I have no time right now. I actually did the text on this page twice because I was playing around with the different brushes that I wanted to use, and I was trying to choose the one that made my writing look the least weird. And the coloring here was hard, or I guess it's not just for this page, but for all the pages. One thing that I'm struggling with is Alice's skin color. So in the style that I'm using for this picture book, since I want it to be more simple so I can get pages done more quickly, so I'm not doing much shading, and that is what's making Alice's facial features not really stand out against her skin, I feel like, especially when my screen is on low brightness. So I'm just trying to figure out what color or how I can change her skin tone while still making her read as black, and that's just kind of been a struggle with me. Hopefully this is okay. Messing around with the background colors now, I've tried really hard to make this color scheme really pleasing because I feel like the last one kind of lacked in that aspect. This is me doing the text for the second time. If you're wondering, it was painful. And now I'm taking a break from digital art to work on the next sketch page on my paper book. And I'm so sorry for this blurry footage. I'm gonna fast forward it. I didn't notice that it was so out of focus until I was editing. So this page is basically where Alice realizes that her art has been transformed by magic, or in this story it's actually supposed to represent AI. So she's starting to feel conflicting emotions towards the fact that her art is perfect right now, but she can't draw manually anymore. And I drew this little scene of her falling into Wonderland because I can't stop with the Alice in Wonderland references. So basically she's just going into this bizarre world where everything is changing, everything is different from what she's used to. And now I'm drawing page 9. This is where she really starts to become disillusioned, and I actually plan to make the color slowly fade out of the page in between the frames. So as you can see, I have 6 little boxes right there. So the first one is going to be in full color and the last one is going to be in grayscale. So because of this, I'm having them all be pretty similar. It's just they all represent different days of the week. So in the first one, it's Monday and then, or actually, sorry, not Monday, it's Sunday, and then it's Monday and then Tuesday. And Alice is just getting progressively more tired of life and art and all things, I guess. And in the bottom 3 squares, I'm gonna copy the same little pencil exploding thing that I did for page 7. So it's basically representing the magic or the AI changing her art and doing it before she can even try to draw herself. And the bigger box at the bottom is just showing a lonely little sketchbook with a lonely little pencil neglected by Alice because she does not want to draw anymore. And another little detail I added is that the papers that were scattered all over her desk along with like the markers and the art supplies that I drew in the previous pages are no longer there. So it's just, I'm really trying to show that she's losing motivation here. Sorry guys, I feel like I'm really speeding through this. I always get worried that my videos aren't really interesting, or that they go too fast or too slow, or they don't really focus on the right parts. And so it's basically like mandatory for me to have a little stress out session for at least like 30 minutes after I finish editing a video before I can post it. And because I have to get on the car to go to the airport today, I can't do that. So please go easy on me. Don't judge the quality of this video too hard. And now I'm going back to digital art. Sorry for switching back and forth so much. And this time I'm doing page 3. I'm writing all the text first so I don't procrastinate on it, and also just to get it out of the way. And let me tell you, the line art for this page was just a series of struggles, one after another. So first of all, as you can see, I'm messing around with the face for the first picture. For some reason, it just looks super weird to me. Now that I'm rewatching the footage, it actually wasn't that bad, so I guess I was just really in my own head at that moment, or maybe I was just tired. And after fiddling around with that for an unnecessarily long amount of time, I went on to the bottom drawing, and the thing I suffered with for this one is the perspective. So I didn't draw the background of the room when I was sketching it because I was dreading doing the perspective, because I am so bad at perspective, because like, it's really weird because in theory I know how to do it. Like if you gave me a blank piece of paper and said draw a 2-point perspective, then I could do that. But when I actually have to apply it, it just falls apart somehow. I'm not sure why. I think I might just need more practice. And I added a little heart and a star on her wall that weren't there in the original design because, I don't know, I just thought her wall looked a little bit empty. And I'm coloring now. If you're wondering why I'm tracing over the previous pages, I'm just trying to, again, get the colors right and also get the layout of the page overall, just so they're all consistent, because I feel like that's really important. And for the colors of the room that I did not decide in page 1, I was also pretty indecisive about this. I kept changing the colors of the books, and you can't really see it on camera, but I was thinking about the color of the bed for a really long time. I'm honestly not super happy with how this page turned out. I mean, it's alright, but it's just that both of these drawings didn't really turn out how I expected them to, and the perspective is still a little wonky. There's something that looks off. I can't put a finger on it. Once again, these are all the drawings that I managed to get done in this video. Alright, that's all for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Also, if you're curious, my family's gonna go in the car to drive to the airport in 17 minutes, so we're just in time.